What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to our channel here at Vagabond Builds, and today we're bringing you another in-depth review video of the new added 2024 Honda CR-V Hybrid in the sportl trim. Now this is the new added trim over to Honda CR-V Hybrid lineup, and we're going to be talking about what's new, also the specs, the exterior, and the interior on this exact car. But before we do, because it's not a sponsored video, there are two buttons we'd like you guys to push here at Vagabond Builds. And if you do appreciate our content, please tap that like button, subscribe to our channel, and also if you do have something for us to film, here's our email below. Email us and we could talk details later. Also a special shout out and a thanks to AutoNation Honda here at the Roseville, California, in Roseville Auto Mall, for providing us this beautiful car for this review. Keep watching and stay tuned because we're gonna be dropping that MSRP sticker so you guys get an exact idea of what comes on this car and the price tag on top, everybody. Now let's go ahead and talk the all-new 2024 CR-V Hybrid sportl. So let's kick this review off with talking some specs on the all-new 2024 CR-V Hybrid sportl trim. And what do we see? We see this same exact drivetrain of the 2.0 liter inline 4-cylinder engine, powered together with a 1.1 kilowatt lithium ion battery, also an electrically variable timed controlled transmission that gives you 145 horsepower with 138 pounds-feet of torque. Now a little bit about the MPG itself. Comes 40 city, 34 highway, and a 37 combined with the 14-gallon gas tank size, everybody. Now if we were to just kind of take a quick look at the side view of the exact car, I want to mention to you guys some specs or dimensions with regards to length, width, and height. Now starting with the length is 185 inches, width 75 inches, and a height of 66 inches with a 8.2 inch ground clearance. Now this exact car does come all-wheel drive, but the new sportls come standard in the front wheel drive, everybody. You can option to get an all-wheel drive for about $1,500 extra on top of the price tag, so that's something to take into consideration as well. If you want to ask me, get the all-wheel drive because it is just very nice when you have it. Maybe you want to go up to the mountain or take it on a small little mild camping trip and you need the all-wheel drive. That is awesome to have it ready at your disposal. Now let's go ahead and talk front end. So what do we see that is added from the Sport over to the sportl Hybrid trim? Now remember, this is kind of the bridge between the 2024 CR-V Hybrid Sport, bridging it over to the Touring, the CR-V Touring Hybrid, okay? So this is in between pretty much. And what do they add from the Sport over to the sportl? You get the front parking sensors that are here towards the lower side of that front end. Now, I want you guys to pay attention also to the cuts and things of that sort. I'm bringing also the look to you guys in that piano black trim, fully blacked out look, finishing off that lower side with the kind of matte gray bottom end of that bumper cover. Coming over to the side, talking about the tires. Now, remember, in different trims, you are going to be seeing different, in different trims, different rims, okay? So that's something to take into consideration. What do we see here? We see a black gloss rim, and the tire itself is a Bridgestone, and that's a Ecopia. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, HL422. What is the size? It's 235/60/18. With your front strut, it's going to be a McPherson front strut suspension system with a rear multi-link suspension system. So take that also into consideration. You also get that wheel well trim coming in from the front over to the back in that matte black plastic. That does take a beating on this trim itself, and it does last a long time. Just remember, it kind of fades out over time. Parking brake light, parking brake. Ugh. Side mirror comes heated side mirror with the blind spot assist, integrated blinker lighting in the LED lighting with that same color as the car on top, and then you get that matte gray that we see in the front over on the bottom of the side mirror. You do not get the 360 camera system here on the sportl trim. Again, what is added is pretty much the parking sensors here on the outside of the car. You get more bells and whistles on the sportl trim when we're talking about interior. Keyless fob entry. We're gonna go ahead and open this door itself, and this is the way it looks down here at the rocker panel area in that matte black trim. Now remember, if you do get the front wheel drive, your ground clearance is gonna drop to about 7.8 inches. to where if it's an all-wheel drive, you get an 8.2-inch ground clearance. So increase on the ground clearance from front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. Here at the rear end, what do we see that is slightly different? This spoiler here in that kind of matte gray look with the integrated brake lighting. LED taillights with the hazards in the halogen bulb. CRV letting you know it's hybrid. All-wheel drive sticker right here, as we know that Honda CRV's stickers are always on the back windshields. Honda in that emblem, regular kind of throwback emblem. Sport here on the right, letting you know it's a sport. Bumper sensors or parking sensors integrated into that lower side of that rear end with the parking reflectors, and finishing off with that gray here at the diffuser, giving you that sportier look in that kind of dual tip exhaust, or the one exhaust tip on each side. Now let's go ahead and enter the cargo area. It has an electric tailgate. That's something that's also added from the Sport to the sportl. You get that electric supported tailgate. Now if we're to go ahead and talk cargo area, with that second row seat up, you get about 39 cubic feet of space here at the back end of your CRV. Now if we were to drop that second row seat down, you get about 76 cubic feet of space. Let's go ahead and drop these down, kind of let you know or give you a look of how it looks. And you're gonna drop those seats down right there near your shoulders. And this is what it kind of looks, about 76 cubic feet of space. No spare tire on the sportl hybrid CRV. You get some cubby room on the right and also on the left, with a 12-volt outlet, 180 watts, and the True Light LED lighting inside the car. Okay, now that we're pretty much done talking specs, exterior, and some interior back end, let's go ahead and talk front side of the interior. Now let's talk about the front side of this interior on the sportl hybrid CRV 2024. Now right off the bat, I'm just going to mention what is different from the Sport to now the new sportl, okay? So here is the list, okay? Starting with the door panel. You get the memory seating from the Sport hybrid over to the sportl hybrid, the memory seating. You get that button that has the power lift gate, okay? So the Sport does not come with these two bells and whistles. If we move forward over to the infotainment screen, you get a few things going on here at the infotainment screen. The Sport comes with a 7-inch infotainment screen, to where the sportl hybrid comes with a 9-inch infotainment screen, Apple CarPlay, Android Assist, and Satellite Assist with the 9-inch screen, to where the Sport does not have that, okay? Continuing forward, wireless charging pad. The Sport does not have a wireless charging pad, to where the sportl hybrid has the wireless charging pad. And again, the biggest difference, I would say, from the Sport hybrid over to the sportl hybrid, you get the leather seating, perforated, and the 4-way electronically controlled passenger seat. That is something that is very different, because the Sport comes with those regular cloth seats. Now, there aren't much difference from the non-hybrids over to the hybrids. I honestly believe that they kept the same idea from Sport non-hybrid to Sport hybrid, and from sportl to EXL. Okay, so that's pretty much your comparison between bells and whistles and all that stuff. Just some food for thought, and keep an eye out for that as you're shopping around, or you're just looking and studying your cars. But okay, let's go ahead and bring the 2024 sportl over to you guys with the door panel control unit for your windows, unlock, lock button, and your controls for your side mirrors. You saw the little panel there with your traction control and all that stuff. Manual control steering column, your controls here for the driver cockpit cluster, also your cruise control on the right. That is a partial digital driver cockpit cluster, to where on the right hand side you have a manual tachometer in your miles per hour gauge, okay? Lighting, signal light and headlights with tail lights on the left, and then control for the windshield wipers, and the back one and the front one. Dual climate controls, you can sync that. All right, and here's your knob. Just want to show you guys how that kind of works. Turn on. We left the AC on because it's super hot here in Roseville, California right now. Heated seats on the sportl. You also get that on the Sport as well, and also on the Touring. Now, USB-C, USB-A, 12-volt outlet, passenger airbag on and off, letting you know if there's anybody in the passenger. Drive mode. In the Sport, you get one extra drive mode, and that is the Sport that you get added on, and it kind of changes the color. But if we go down, you get Econ and Snow, and that is normal for CRV. If being the Sport, you just get one added drive mode. Hill decline assist, parking brake button, and a brake hold. Cup holders with your personal cubby room in your center console. Over the center console, what do we see? A manual visor with a tilt and slide sunroof option. The lighting up here is the True Light LED lighting, very nice. I like we're straying away from that old soft yellow. That is a very cool feature to have. In front of the passenger seat, you have the glove compartment. Now, honeycomb, this is the new look in the coming in from the 2022 over to the 2023. If you want to see what that looks like, check out our video between comparison of the 2022 and 2023 hybrid. That is a very cool video, and you'll kind of get an idea of what exactly Honda changed on their cars. Now that we're pretty much done with the front side of this interior, let's go ahead and head over to the second row. So now second row seating, and before we talk about the second row seating, I want to introduce you guys, no door sill plates. Okay, so no door sill plates on the sportl hybrid. The CRV stamped on the door panels, letting you know that you're driving a CRV here in the back itself and also in the front. Now let's go ahead and lift these seats. Seats themselves is a 60%er here on the driver's side, and you can change the angle of that back seat. Let's go ahead and step inside the car. Now get a load of this back seat angle. My goodness, is it comfortable back here? So literally head clearance check, leg clearance check, and I'm about 6 feet 2 inches for the ones who'd like to know. But let's say we don't like this angle and we want to kind of go upright, come back up, and you want to stick upright, and you still have the head clearance. So in general, the bench seat in the back, a whole lot of room. You're not going to be worrying about that, and that's what I like about these CRVs, because you have more room and you're just more comfortable. Okay, so what else do we see? Here at the back, pretty much the same idea on the door panel, coming on from the front over to the back. Okay. Now, if we check out the back of the front seats, no pocket. One pocket on the passenger seat. I probably would have liked to see a pocket on the driver's seat, but we see that across the CRV line. They got rid of that pocket. USB-C plugins here in the center console with your vents there. Just very simple and straight to the point. Now, guys, up top, we got the light in that True Light lighting. Turn that on or off, or door, and your snap handles to the right and left. But overall, we're pretty much done with this review, guys. And if you have any questions, leave in the comment section below. We'll try to get back to you guys as best as possible. Also, remember to tap that like button and subscribe to our channel. We're dropping that MSRP sticker, so here it is, as promised, so you get an idea of exactly what comes on this car and the price tag on top. Now, thank you so much for watching our channel. Keep watching. We have more cool things coming. God bless you.